The weather's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, but thankfully there's a whole lot of content to keep you entertained while you retreat indoors. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 shows you should be watching this fall. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the hottest programs on TV in the fall of 2018, both new series and returning ones that you absolutely should not miss. Number 10, American Horror Story.
Welcome to Outpost 3. The house rules are simple. You may never leave the building due to the danger of radiation contamination and no unauthorized copulation.
Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk's anthology series is unlikely to ever recapture the lightning in a bottle of their first season Murder House. But in subsequent seasons, they have continued to deliver some of the best horror on television and tell one unique story after another, even if the results have sometimes been uneven. With Season 8 Apocalypse, they are pushing boldly forward by actually revisiting familiar ground in the form of a crossover involving fan-favorite characters from Murder House and Coven.
It's our world now to remold as we see fit.
For anyone who felt Season 7 was a bit stale, this is welcome news. And for newcomers, there's never been a more compelling time to get caught up.
What do you think?
Hail Satan.
American Horror Story Apocalypse.
Number 9, The Deuce.
Which is why I'm offering you this. It would be yours. You own it.
Why would you do that for me?
Did you sleep on the first season of this gritty HBO drama? Well, wake up. Featuring powerhouse performances from James Franco and Maggie Gyllenhaal, The Deuce explores 1970s New York City and the birth and evolution of the porn industry.
I'll make you a star. Ally McGraw gonna want your autograph.
Honey, you're not listening. I take care of my own self.
The first season earned an impressive 93% on Rotten Tomatoes and was described by Willa Paskin of Slate as intelligent, sensitive, and fun. A show about exploitation that is not exploitative. Oh, and did we mention it's co-created by David Simon, the man behind a little show called The Wire? Season 1 was great, but it was just a foundation for the complex world and accompanying story that Simon's telling. One that you do not want to miss. Number 8, The Marvelous Mrs Mazal.
Why do we have to pretend to be helpless when we're not helpless? Why do we have to pretend to be sorry when we have nothing to be sorry about?
Whether you were pulled in by its charms or not, there's no denying that Gilmore Girls was a masterclass in witty dialogue and a careful balancing act of comedy and drama. Or at least it was during creator Amy Sherman Palladino's time on the series. Take that energy, give it a more unique premise and the creative freedom that often accompanies a streaming service, and you get The Marvelous Mrs Mazal, which might just be poised to surpass Gilmore Girls as Sherman Palladino's career-defining project.
You're good. Do not make me cry at the stage.
Set in the late 1950s, it follows a housewife who discovers she has a natural ability for stand-up comedy.
And I'm officially losing my mind, which is perfect. Now I will be alone and crazy. The famous mad divorcee of the Upper West Side.
It's not only hilarious, it's also provocative, heartwarming, and totally refreshing. Number 7, Bojack Horseman.
Oh, I don't deserve breakfast. Shut up. Don't feel sorry for yourself. What does that do? Get breakfast, you stupid fat ass. These are cookies. This is not breakfast.
In this era of 15-second attention spans and arguably too much media to consume, few series get the chance to grow into themselves. Thankfully, the animated Bojack Horseman did. A Netflix original dark comedy about a washed-up actor/anthropomorphic horse. Voiced by Will Arnett, Bojack Horseman got off to a slow start in Season 1, but it has steadily become one of the best, most thought-provoking series on TV, animated or otherwise. Fall 2018 sees the release of its 5th season. Here's hoping that there's still plenty more to come, because many people are only beginning to catch on.
I have poison inside me, and I destroy everything I touch. That's my legacy. I have nothing to show for the life that I've lived, and I have nobody in my life who's better off for having known me.
Number 6, Manifest. This NBC series definitely has a Lost vibe to it, as well as a dash of Heroes and This Is Us. But with Back to the Future director Robert Zemeckis serving as an executive producer, we have reason to believe that this show will find its own identity. And based on the premise alone, consider us committed for at least the first few episodes.
It's okay. We're okay. We're okay.
I don't understand. How are you exactly the same? You haven't aged a day.
The series explores the lives of the passengers and crew of Montego Air Flight 828, who, upon landing after a rough flight that lasted just a few hours, discover that 5 years have passed. Intrigued? Yeah, us too.
Today is November 4th, 2018. You've all been missing, presumed dead for 5.5 years.
Number 5, the Romanovs. There's been a hole in the hearts of TV lovers, and it's shaped like the words Mad Men. 3 years after the conclusion of that beloved series, however, creator Matthew Weiner comes back with something new to offer us. And while John Hamm is sadly nowhere to be seen, you're sure to recognize the familiar faces of John Slattery and Christina Hendricks. Here's the catch though, this is an anthology series, in which each episode tells a different story about different people who all believe themselves to be descendants of the famous Russian Romanov family.
Have you ever heard of the Romanovs?
Of course. The Russian royal family?
Yes. I'm a descendant.
Jam-packed with stars, this promises a narrative television experience unlike anything we've seen before.
Well, you'd think that royal blood dilutes over time, but the poison survives.
Number 4, The First. In 2018, Damien Chazelle and Ryan Gosling teamed up to bring us a big screen version of the real-life story of Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon. But on the small screen, the creator of Netflix's House of Cards, Beau Willimon, is taking us quite a few steps further, to Mars.
I just called to say Godspeed. I'm watching, and I'm with you in spirit.
Starring Sean Penn, The First is a co-production between Hulu and the UK's Channel 4. And it follows the story of 5 astronauts vying to become the first humans to visit Mars.
And thus marks an historic moment for humanity. The first manned mission to Mars, launching to escape Earth's gravity on a voyage to the Red Planet. The dreams of billions are with them.
It promises to not only explore space, but also investigate the emotional journey of both astronauts and their families. This looks like a beautiful and riveting voyage. Number 3, Kidding. Jim Carrey's life has had more than its fair share of twists and turns in recent years. But hey, it is often the most tortured artists who produce the best art. And by the looks of this new series, Carrey is clearly in tip-top shape, at least as far as his acting is concerned.
I had a son named Phil. He was once your age. He died.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is arguably some of the actor's best work. And for Kidding, Carrey has once again teamed up with director Michel Gondry to give us a unique and unsettling dramatic comedy.
That little voice that's deep inside of you, hear the voice. Make the toys. It'll say anything it wants and it will never go away.
Early reviews have nothing but praise for Carrey's performance as the emotionally struggling children's TV personality, Mr. Pickles. Number 2, The Good Place.
What is The Bad Place like?
Oh, sorry. That is the one topic I'm not allowed to tell you about. I can only play you a brief audio clip of what is happening there right now.
Okay.
If you're not watching The Good Place, you are really missing out. It's as plain as that. For those of you who haven't been tuning in, we're going to keep a lid on it and avoid spoiling too much. But we will say this, the series starts with a funny premise. A recently deceased woman finds herself in the afterlife's good place when she should really have gone to the very different other place, and then rides that premise in all manner of unexpected directions.
Oh, fuck.
Brilliantly written, consistently funny, and featuring stellar performances by Kristen Bell and Ted Danson. The Good Place is must-watch TV that thankfully, as of fall 2018, has made it to 3 seasons.
You're pulling an Eleanor.
Posting my cousin's credit card number on Reddit because she said I looked tired?
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Happy birthday to you.
Knock, knock. Who's there? It's the hormone monster.
No. You gotta be kidding me.
United, there is little we cannot do.
to assure the survival of liberty.
Number 1. Maniac.
It's not therapy. It's science.
Every now and then, a series comes along that makes you do a double take and ask, how is this television and not a film? In 2018, that honor goes to Maniac, a Netflix miniseries based on a Norwegian show that stars Jonah Hill, Emma Stone, and Justin Theroux.
Every time I separate them, they just find their way back together.
Maybe these two have a cosmic connection.
It's scripted by novelist Patrick Somerville, who wrote The Bridge and The Leftovers, and is directed by the brilliant Cary Fukunaga, who helmed the critically acclaimed first season of True Detective. Maniac is a brain-meltingly trippy dark comedy about a pharmaceutical trial that promises to fix everything wrong with the human mind.
There's no reason to believe that anything about us can't be changed. The mind can be solved.
This is the show to watch in fall 2018. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.